That's the $1,000,000 question. You coming with it right off the bat.
I'm on it, man. But we're gonna go through it together because it ain't just you. I mean, we got millions of people are wondering, when to just get the heck out of there, when to keep going. So we're all on this voyage together, brother.
Yeah. All right. I feel that. Yeah, man. Certainly, I feel like we've all been in that place, where you're wondering, should I try to work? Should we work together and try to work forward? Or just hey, move on, because the grass is always greener, as they say, right? So yeah, me myself, I think me, I'm kind of a hopeless romantic, so I always feel like, hey, we're two capable, intelligent individuals, we can work at this thing here, but it doesn't always work that way. It ain't that easy, I don't think. I think if it was that easy, we wouldn't have so much turmoil out there with the brothers and sisters trying to get together, So, man, I don't think there is any one answer. I feel like you really got to feel your situation out.
Dogs and conversation. Well, I tell you, it just don't get much better than this. It just don't. We're in for a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us out there. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going the way they need to in your life. And if not, struggle on, brother. Struggle on, sister. Fight on. Don't give up on this thing. I said don't. I said don't give up on this thing. Sometimes you got to swing and keep on swinging and get to kicking. Get to kicking now. Sometimes the kicks work. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And speaking of which, brother from another mother, the return, I say, several times a special guest on Dogs in Conversation, Rhodes German Shepherd, is the one and only the great Adam with the G to the Q. Holla if you hear me. Haters beware. Smith. What's going on, bro Ham?
Not much, my man. Not much. How are you doing today?
I'm well, sir. I am well. Now look, these pups, have you noticed that they're just a little bit bigger since the last time you saw them?
Man, oh man, they're growing fast. Man.
Ain't that something? Wow, it's really something. And character too, man. Character. Now look, we didn't talk about how these millions of fans that have been watching you all over the world can connect with you. We haven't dropped a link to Facebook or something, and I know you're not the most public of public people, even though you're Adam GQ Smith and world renowned and champion pool player traveling all over the world. Okay. I know you like to be secret, even though you're Adam GQ and everybody, riding around in sports cars and things. I understand. But there may be people who want to contact you. There may be people that want to, pull you back into teaching and lessons and all kinds of things, man. And we have to at least let them know how they can connect with you and how they can get in touch with Adam GQ Smith. So give us something, brother. Give the folks some way to contact you, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just getting back out here, but I'm always available, I guess, I guess the way to contact me, would be through Facebook these days.
All right. Facebook is good. Drop a link for the Facebook. What's the Facebook handle, bro?
It's AdamGQSmith@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. And the Facebook?
I don't know. Adam GQ Smith. I think that's it. I don't know.
All right. At Adam GQ Smith on Facebook. So they put that in. It should pop up. There aren't very many Adam GQ Smiths, are there?
I don't think so, man. Not too many out there.
I mean, the Adam and the Smith part. Okay, we get that. I mean, that's even back with the old economics. I mean, we can go all the way back. I mean, that's Adam, shucks, Adam and Eve. So there may be quite a few Adam Smiths, right?
Yes, sir.
But the Adam GQ part, there you go. That's the esoteric, right? That's the one. So all right, man. Hey, how mean you want to get? I feel like just busting up some stuff. I feel like bull and china cabinet type. Just throw down. Just hey, man. I mean that. I'm in one of them kind of. How about you, man? How you feel?
All right. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do that, man. That sounds real
Okay.
nice.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. And again, we appreciate you being here, bro. Is it better as soon as you realize that the woman that you're dating, I mean, the moment you realize some stuff might not be kosher, should you break it and run for the hills and never look back, or fight on, and then years later when the junk don't work out, now you're suffering, you have the waste of time, energy, and whatnot. So my question to you, is it better to just cut it, I mean, instantly, bro, and get the heck out of there, or try and try and try? Your thoughts?
Oh man, that's the $1 million question. You coming with it right off the bat.
I'm on it, man. But we're gonna go through it together, because it ain't just you. I mean, we got millions of people are wondering, when to just get the heck out of there, when to keep going. So we're all on this voyage together, brother.
Yeah, all right. I feel that. Yeah, man. Certainly, I feel like we've all been in that place, where you're wondering, should I try to work? Should we work together and try to work forward? Or just hey, move on, because the grass is always greener, as they say, right? So, yeah, me myself, I think me, I'm kind of a hopeless romantic. So I always feel like, hey, we're two capable, intelligent individuals. We can work at this thing here, but it doesn't always work that way. It ain't that easy, I don't think. I think if it was that easy, we wouldn't have so much turmoil out there with the brothers and sisters trying to get together, So, man, I don't think there is any one answer. I feel like you really got to feel your situation out. You got to really be.
What are some of those flags? I mean, people talk about like the warning signs, and what are some of the flags from that you've seen in your life that you can pass on? Like, yo, if you see this, man, you might just be like, cut it right here.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like everybody has kind of their own personal ones, but I think there are some universal ones to honor your question, some real universal ones that kind of need to be addressed right away, like communication, if there's problems communicating, whether it be silence or, too much overtness, I think, that's a core issue, that really needs to be addressed. And certainly think you and I, especially having been through the experiences we have in different areas, turmoil, I think everybody in their best light is able to project an image that they kind of control, but when turmoil arises, I think that's the time to really, assess how your partner is handling it and how you guys can handle it together even. And, if that doesn't go well, and they show some quote unquote truth of who they are and it doesn't go well, I think that's a good red flag right there, because of course we all know that life is hard, and no matter what you do, no matter how you live your life, you're going to get some hard times, nobody's impervious to that. So, you certainly want to be able to deal with those hard times as best as possible and, work through them and get them behind you. And you probably want a partner that deals with that similarly.
I feel that communication. I mean, that is, you're correct. I mean, that's such a foundation to so much. I mean, hey, it's what we're doing right now, Dogs in Conversation, right? I mean, just the art of being able to speak and be heard, and also to hear and understand. It, obviously, as basic as it may sound, the communication is not one-sided. That's not communication. It's just not. The true communication is a give and take. It's a dance. Okay? When you're truly communicating, then you are, in essence, feeling, hearing, expressing, receiving. This is the true conversation. Now, I will say, just on the side of like the technical thought of it, this is the expression of me from my energy with the thought. Okay. But you can say, okay, I communicated something one-sided. It was just me communicating something. You could say that, but even if it's truly being received, there must have been some form of the object of your intent, the person, the recipient, in some way must have been considered. You say, I'm going to communicate that you should buy this type of gum, that you should go to this restaurant, and I'm going to just communicate that to you. Well, to be effective at that, you still must have considered the audience. So there's still a dance, whether it's happening in real time or you set it up. In other words, I'm going to communicate my love for my partner, let's say. So this lady in my life, I'm communicate, and I know what she likes. And when she comes home, it's there for her. I've communicated that. She didn't say a word, but technically, from my definition, she already has presented her side. When I delivered this gift or this romantic environment for her to step into is part of the art of what I'm saying. That is the dance. I've already received her information, and now I'm reciprocating even without saying a word. So communication on my level and what I'm presenting is much higher and deeper than the words, even than time itself. That's why you can even take people, brother, who, say they've communicated with the ancestors. I mean, you've got people that will talk that way to you. They've received messages from people who have long gone, right? So they're obviously inherent in that is the belief that they're tapping into other stuff. Okay, so let's take it all the way to where we are right now with the person that I'm relating with, the person that I'm trying to date. And yeah, bro, if the communication that obviously is that important, then if we're missing each other and it doesn't look like we're missing each other for a good reason or reasons, then we're going uphill, bro. We're truly going uphill. And that certainly is a big flag. My next question though on that, bro, as we, like I said, we're going through this together. As you see, I'm chopping in there too.
Yes,
My
sir.
next thought though, and feel free to ask me, we can chop it down. But should you feel guilty at all because it's so important? We both agree communication is so important. Should we feel guilty at all by making it happen? That test we're looking for, that trauma, that controversy, that, like you said, that's a good time to really see, what should we even wait or bust it out? Just bam, put it right there, make it happen so we can get to the nitty gritty, brother. Make it happen.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting thought. Imagine it's different for everybody. We got to kind of say that, but um, imagine if you were to do something like this. I guess let me start by saying I'm a very organic person. A very natural person. That. Um, it's kind of like a way of life with me. I feel like generally speaking, when humans try to influence outcomes or influence issues, there's something lost there. So when turmoil arises naturally, I feel like there is something better there. However, on the other side of that coin is waiting for the right kind of turmoil to pop up. You might be wasting, a lot of time. It could be years, waiting for something to kind of expose, how your partner might react. So, creating a situation, if you're creative enough and, careful enough, and you're receiving the right information from your partner to create that right setting, I can see the benefit of saving time that way. It's just, I see, like I say, it's not my natural way, Um, but I've seen others have success with that. What do you think on that one?
Yeah, man, put it on them. Put it on them. Best. Put it on them, baby. I mean, man, skip that. Get down to the giddy down. Now, look, I agree when you say that, if you bypass the organic, something is lacking. Now, in fairness, that's how you said it. And I think you said it right. You left, room for, you didn't say it's wrong, but you're saying it, it might be missing. You got a meal here, and it wasn't cooked from scratch, right? You got some, you kind of got some artificial in there. And then, fairness to your point, I hear you, bro. Yeah, the true authentic, the true connoisseur would realize, hey, something might be awry right here. Something, this is something that's a little off, so I feel that. And then they could say, well, this is some shady stuff. And then maybe your integrity, so with that in mind, being a man of truth, I'm going to admit it though. So that's my back door. I'm going to admit that junk. If you say, did you just, yep. Yeah, I sure did. 'Cause I'm that valuable. And I wanted to make sure your black butt was on the straight and narrow. For real, for real. Yeah, I did it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Or your pale butt or whatever kind of butt happens to be in the room. It's going to be the same thing. That I'm going to put it out there, man, because I do not believe that that's anything in life, man. You test it. I mean, if I'm going to test drive a doggone car, this is my life. Furthermore, it's your life too. I don't want you getting jacked up, being with somebody as out there as me. You getting into something messing with me. Man, you can't use none of your regular stuff with me. You gotta write a whole new book. You can't even ask nobody about, how do I even, they don't know. Don't nobody know. Your mama don't know unless I spend some time with your mama. But, you just don't know. Okay. So yeah, man, I think the value here is, we are valuable. Okay, bro, champions. And so you can't just come up in here with your nonsense. I don't know who has trained you. I don't know who has taught you. I don't know what baggage you're bringing. I'm going to find out. And the sooner I can find out, the sooner I can discern. And if you're trying not to show me and I put that test to you and it slips out, oh yeah, I done saved a whole lot. And I'm proud of it. Did you just test me? You doggone right I did. And I'm still testing you right now. I'm even testing you by how you address me about test. How about that? Yeah, man. Yeah. Even the Bible says, judge all things. Judge all things. Now, I know common knowledge is you shouldn't judge anybody. But you have to understand etymology. You have to understand words, right? To evaluate. We ought to weigh everything. When you go to the court of law, supposedly she's blind, but there's a scale. Why? Because you're weighing. Holla if you hear me. You're weighing, right? And so that is just and good to weigh, to see if this thing really should be, right? You're building a house. Is that really what we should use as the cornerstone? Is that really what we should use here and there? You have to try these things if you care about your doggone house, or if you care about your doggone heart, or if you care about, especially you have children, etc. Come on now. Yeah. Run that test, put it flat in their face, and then double up, triple up, get another test. Contact me. I'll give you some tests. So let's complicate it, bro. So let's merge our two thoughts. So let's merge. And again, I'm giving you credit that you didn't say, it was wrong. You're saying that something gets lost let's stay with the example of the meal, right? Yes. If it didn't start from scratch, you got some artificial substitutes in there. It may lose something. It may, the person might be able to detect some things. So let's run with that idea. Let me ask you as a chef GQ. Okay. So is there a hybrid to that? Is there a place where we don't run the risk of the integrity breach, but yet we are able to be more authentic in our artificial organic hybrid of a test?
Yeah. 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 It just, not even just on the integrity level, but even just through execution as well. I feel like what nature, life, God, the universe, however you want to see it, kind of throws at you, that's generally more complicated and intricate than what we can come up with. But to your point, and to honor this question, is like, certainly we have all been already through a fair amount of trials, and we can certainly go back through our own life and find a fair amount of those trials that can be replicated, and hey buddy, here's Buddy, everybody, little kitten I adopted from the neighbor. Hey, hi buddy.
Oh yeah, you got. Let's spend a moment there, man. Break down that story. Let's hear about Buddy right quick, bro. We get back. Okay. We get to our gumble of tests and trials and tribulations. Get a moment of let's smile for a second. Go ahead, bro. Who you got there?
This little guy, Buddy, he in my new home that I moved into was waiting for me at my front door after I was walking the two dogs that I rescued before, and he was just waiting on me. So I looked around and I called around and went to my neighbors, and nobody knew him, so I ended up keeping him. And then one day he ran away. I had him outside with me, and he ran after a bird, and he ran away. But he came back. He found his way back to me a couple days later, and now I don't take him outside anymore. And he's my little buddy. And he's my third adopted animal that I have now, that I am now in charge of. But he's a good little soul. He's a good little guy. Doesn't start too much trouble. I'm glad to have him.
Give it up for Buddy in the house. That's what's up. Buddy in the house. That's great, man. That's great. Great. Buddy in the house. Joining the family. What's up, man? Yeah. What's up? How old do you think he is? Any idea?
The day I found him in front, he certainly was very new. He had, there's a certain little smell puppies and kittens have, when they first are born, when they're new, and he certainly had that. So I'm gonna give him just a couple of months since he's been with me. It feels he might have been maybe a month before that, but that's it.
All right, pick him up again, man. Let's get another close up on the brother, man. Pick him up again.
Here's our
there we go. There we go.
Here's the Buddy. He's pushing me away now. Come
there
on.
He is.
Good boy. There you go.
We know he's cool. He's cool.
He likes belly rub.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. That must have been pretty tripped out though when my man got loose like that, right?
Yeah. I kind of, once I took him in, and he became my responsibility. So I felt really, really bad, certainly losing him and not feeling like, I knew he was safe or not. So, when he was able to make his way back to me, I felt very lucky. I thank God, and, make sure I do some things a little differently to make sure that he doesn't, he can still enjoy the outside here and there as needed, but doesn't have any opportunity to chase a bird around the block.
So let me just say this, man. You got the ladies just like slobbering on their phones and oh, this Adam GQ Smith, oh, this guy, oh man, what the Facebook is what now is Adam GQ Smith, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies, don't just flood his inbox, DM like thousands of times. Give him a chance to get back to you, okay? Golly, you rushing them. I sent you a message 10 seconds ago. I understand. We be bringing on the truth over here. We bring on the real fellas, the real prime time. So I understand, ladies. But pace yourself. Just give him a message, and he'll check you out. Hopefully he won't talk to me about you, because I'm gonna be like, man, run that test, brother. Put him through it, man. I'm gonna be rough on him, because I still believe, man, we valuable, right? So let's slide back into that, so we valuable, and we gotta be careful who and what and how, we let into the family, we let into the house. So, when women come approaching me, or I approach them, because how things are a little different now, women, they go on in with the approach, and maybe we should talk about that. So yeah, let's run that before we get back to the testing. How do you feel about that, since we just organically ran into that one? How do you feel about women approaching men nowadays?
Yeah, I feel like maybe at first it's a little odd, to some folks, but at the end of the day, when people are attracted, that's a positive thing, all in all. So, for me, I got some buddies that see it this way, and I got some buddies that see it that way. For me, certainly, hey, a good connection is a good connection, no matter how it's achieved. And, certainly, not always, on the prowl all the time, So, if a young lady happens to approach me as I'm in conversation with somebody else, not paying attention, that's always a good thing, and, we start from there and move forward. And, I see that she's confident and capable, to do what she has to do, so I take that as a good thing, I think.
Yeah, power to the sisters, do your thing. I'm like this, man. If you believe, I understand the scripture. I do understand he who finds. Yeah, but you gonna have to tread lightly coming at me with that, because I know a little something about that. Okay, so I know a little something about that. So you gotta tread lightly. Be careful when you come at me with that. But I believe this: if we are saying to women, they can be everything, including president, but she can't approach a man, what kind of hypocrisy is that? I can't flow with that. So women are so amazing that they can be president, but don't approach no man. What? Yeah, they might just be trying to keep you in their church and keep you giving that money as a single woman. That might be what's really happening. Holla if you hear me. I mean, but hey, this ain't nothing but Rhodes German Shepherds. If you disagree, you got every right to come on and do your thing, but tread lightly, because you got to be ready when you come at me. You got to be ready, bro. I'm open to the challenge, but you better be ready. You better be ready. I'm just trying to say you're ready. But back to the test. So here's my thought on the hybrid, artificial yet organic test. All right, here's my thought, bro. You tell me what you think. I'm going to test you. This is to the woman. I'm going to test her with the environment versus a test that's truly contrived. In other words, like, let's say in your pool world, you and I both know things get exposed like crazy in that world. For good or bad, they get exposed. So let's say she has no foundation in that, right? Just the fact that we're going to take her to, let's say, not one of those quick, but a marathon tournament. We're going to take her to Derby, or we're going, instead of Derby, we're going to take her to the back room, right? I mean, something that's really going to jar her. And then it's an all night session, a 2-day session, money on the line, pressure, the this, the that, the back and the forth, even the making the game and the woof and the this and that, and just watching. So the test was not me necessarily putting something together as an actual test. I'm just going to make sure we go somewhere that's completely out of her comfort zone, let's say, so that it gets exposed without me necessarily forcing it. So maybe is that an organic yet artificial hybrid in your opinion?
Definitely. Yeah. That's a great way, to see how a person reacts, for sure, in a, pretty intense environment. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I think that is a great, in down the middle, should we say, for it, and can certainly reveal a lot. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of turmoil. All right, buddy, that's about your time. Okay. So yeah, man. Certainly, the pool environment does expose a lot, like you say, and it's a very natural, organic way to get it done. Yeah.
All right. So I told you we bull in the China shop. I told you I'm feeling a little, and as you can see, I got a few extra words tonight, boy. You know when I start to get a little, going, bro. So yeah, I know you can hear it. So if we were to say, because what got us going on this is whether we should just cut it right now, or okay. But even as you look back on some past relationships, I know you want to be a positive person because that's your nature. You want to look at it from a positive standpoint. But looking back on some, can you honestly say that it's really positive that you stayed as long as you did and now have to deal with the fallout? Come on, bro. I mean, really? Should you really have stayed that long knowing what you know now? Come on, brother. I'm trying to get next to you a little bit now. Come on now. What you think?
Yeah. Well, yeah, certainly, that I like to try to make the most out of, the past and, take accountability,
Mm-hmm.
And kind of feel like, hey, you're, as an adult in this world, you have an opportunity to make a lot of decisions, just one, and you give it the best energy you can, and you make your decision. And if you're an adult, you live with that. You don't regretfully go back and try to change it. But the reality, of course, is that all of us make decisions at some point that lead us not in the best direction. It's not the very best decision we could make. And certainly, being honest with myself, there's maybe a relationship or two. I've had pretty good luck, I think, with relationships. Very good people, although most didn't work out. Very close friends with all those people, and feel very good about the time I spent with those people and the things that we experienced together and the things that we learned, but certainly there's one or two examples where, yeah, I feel like maybe the time and the energy wasn't ideally spent, really just one relationship in particular where the communication wasn't where it needed to be. And
all right. Let me, so I can dig in deeper, because I want to go there. Make up a name, bro. Make up a name so that I could just, that we can rip into this, and so just make up a name. We don't want the actual person. That's not our goal. So make up a name so that I can deal with this situation.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we call her Carolina?
All right, Carolina. Skip Carolina. I'm just kidding. Let's start with that. We moving on, Carolina. Ladies, Facebook, Adam GQ Smith. Skip Carolina, Adam GQ Smith. Man, skip all that. I even skipped the question. Tell me about the new car. Ladies, the brother has a new car. The brother has yeah. Skip Carolina. What you got, man? Tell me something.
At least on this level, things are great with the car. The car is I'm very happy to have this car. It is it's a little sports coupe, a little two-door sports coupe.
Are we in a position to show the ride? I know the sun's going down. Are we in any position to just kind of take a look? Can we do something like that?
Well, I guess if we want to walk out to the garage, we could
Could
do
we
that.
could we do that? I mean, now look, if I need to take a quick break and take you off the screen for a second so you can get set up, or if you want to walk us all the way, either way, brother, either way.
All right, all right. Why don't we? Yeah, why don't we get a little set up here? I'll get it ready to display, hopefully.
Oh,
And
my man, my man. All right, all right, all right. So, what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're gonna enjoy the view of our wonderful German Shepherd pups, and let Adam GQ Smith get ready to display to the ladies Skip Caroline, the Skip Caroline new vehicle that's in the fam that you might actually be able to, be able to ride with the homie in. It is possible. Facebook. Adam GQ Smith, ladies. Facebook, Adam GQ Smith. Yeah. I said it. He didn't say it. I said it. Yeah. All right, man. Hook us up, man. That's a good move, man. That's a good treat. Appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna jam with some music, enjoy the pups, and Adam will be back and give us a nice little brand new ride. Sounds good, man. See you in a minute.
all right.
dogs and conversation. Yeah, we doing it big, 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 big. Letting the world know. Hanging out with the homie. Letting it happen like it's happening. Enjoying this time. You know, every now and then, get a chance to hang with the brother. And yes, we changed the name of the young lady to Caroline to not improperly accuse the guilty. Guilty. Yeah. So if you want to get down with a good brother, Adam GQ Smith, ladies. Facebook, Adam GQ Smith, Facebook. He didn't say it. I said it. He didn't say it. I said it. Adam GQ Smith. And meanwhile, what do I hear in the background there, bro? Is it the Skip Caroline engine that I'm hearing? Is it the Skip Caroline engine? Is that what it is?
Well,
come on, brother. Come on. Walk us through. What we got here, man? What's going on?
All right. Well, I guess we got my new baby here. It's not so much the Skip. Oh, hello. Oh, looks like we lost it.
Oh man, Caroline trying to get Caroline. See, poltergeist. Caroline, yeah, that's right. Sid be coming with them references. Caroline, yeah, poltergeist in the house. That's what it is. She trying to block you, brother. She trying to block you, brother.
She's doing a job,
but she trying, man. Caroline, the TV, man. Don't go near this. Don't. I'm telling you, man. Hey, but we got the superpower. Break it on down, bro. Okay, back to the program. The Skip Caroline Mobile is in full effect. All right, man. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just say this is my baby here. That my little, if you can see it, I don't know if we got enough light in here. My little sports coupe that I got here. I guess.
Yeah, we need a little light. We need a little light, brother. We might have to do round 2 of this, but let's get the best we can get, but we might have to get round 2.
Okay. We might have to go round 2. Let me jump in here real fast.
Yeah, let's get what we can get, though. We're going to get what we can get. Show enough.
Some.
Yeah, that ain't no Fred Flintstone. Yeah. You got all kind of lights and stuff starting up, brother. We already know this is the real deal. Our cars don't do all of that. You know, you got stuff animated and whatnot. Go ahead, bro.
My baby, here she goes.
Ouch. It's barking. Sounding like that German Shepherd, baby. It's barking.
Yes, sir. So that's my little baby. Maybe I can pull her into the light for us, and we get one good view of her.
Yeah. Let's try to get what we can. Now, give the specs. What is it, man? Tell us what it is.
All right, this is a Jaguar F-Type R. This is my baby right here. You know, I've always really appreciated, you know, all kinds of sports cars, you know, for all kinds of reasons, the way they look, the way they sound, the way they feel. You know, I feel like I'm certainly not alone in that. And
yeah, we got to get some light, baby. We got to get some light.
All right, let's see if we can't see her a little bit better now that I pulled her into the light a little bit here.
Oh yeah, that's a little better. Like I said, we might have to do round 2 in the daylight, but oh man,
there's my baby.
Take your time, baby, because again, ladies, Facebook, Adam GQ Smith. The Skip Caroline Mobile is in full effect. Now, this is not an act, ladies and gentlemen. The brother is not at the dealership. Clearly, the dealership is closed. He didn't borrow it for the weekend, and I sure enough didn't give him my keys. This is the real deal. Yeah, man.
I'll just say, you know, if you enjoy cars like I do, you know, you enjoy these things, I love to share these things. You know, you have a car, you like cars, you ever looked at a car. I love talking about cars with people. I love sharing that experience. I love, you know, racing around in a friendly, respectful way, and seeing what these cars can do, you know. So yeah, reach on out. You know, I love to talk cars with people, and I love to share.
Congratulations, brother. Yeah, man. Congratulations. Hey, do me a favor. While we got a little bit of light, jump back out again. Let's get one last look right under that light again.
All right.
We were able to get a little bit of a look. See if we can get just a little bit more of that.
Okay. All right. I'll
try to capture it. Try to capture a little bit.
There is some light here.
Bonafide sports car. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The specs on this, I guess we were talking about the specs a little bit. This got a 5-liter V8 engine in it that puts out 550 horsepower with all-wheel drive. This car does 0 to 60 in about 3.2 seconds. Very good performer.
Bro, what I'm gonna do, give me something, tell me what I should Google right quick so I can get a daylight picture of it, okay? And I'm gonna share my screen so at least the viewers can oh yeah, that's a better view right there. Slow down, go back a little bit. That was a nice little view right there too. With the light hitting it like that. But give it to me. No, when you were walking behind it and the light was capturing it from the top like that, we were able to get a little good view when you were behind the vehicle. Yeah, man.
No.
What am I looking for again, brother? I'm looking for the F-Type R, right?
Yes, sir. The Jaguar F-Type R. On here, flip the little LED headlights on there for you.
Oh man, you tripping? You're tripping. Hit them hard, bro. Hit them hard. And then hit them harder. Yeah, man. We coming at it full fledged, man. We ain't holding back. Skip them. Skip Caroline.
Well, that's my baby. The car's the baby now.
Yeah, man. I'm looking for some images right quick, man. We're gonna take a look at this thing, man. Now you tell me, is this a good can you see the screen still?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a
Are we looking at the real deal here?
That's the real deal. You got the quad exhaust in the back, so that's the R for sure. Yes, sir.
Well, this is the one right here, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
that's my baby.
Man, that's nice. Man, that's nice. So we were just looking at this hookup right here. That's what we were looking at. This model, the R.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Man, congratulations, bro. We got to see this with the sun, man. We need the sun. Congratulations, though, bro.
Well, thank you very much, sir. This has been a dream of mine all my life, and yes, just enjoy the experience. You know, it's all about the experience for me, and I like to share it with people. That's
real nice, man. That's real nice, man. Now look, man. You know, if you need your brother, you know, to test it out for you. You know, we like these tests, man. You know, we make sure everything's all right. You know, I want you to be safe. I don't, you know, want anything to happen to you. You know, yeah, yes, sir. So, you know, if you need that, man, you know, I'm available for the test of the what did you say? 0 to 60 in 3.2.
3.2, yes, sir.
3.2. Now, see, I if you need me to try to validate that for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know, you might say, "Hey, man, I need a refund, man. It didn't quite do it. You know, we gotta make sure we get to 3.2. Say, hey, you know, it actually did 3.1. You know, y'all said 3.2, but Sid had it in 3.1. So, you know, the advertisement ain't necessarily right. Are you pulling into the garage there, homie? Is it like that?
Sir. Yes, sir.
My man.
All right,
My man. My man. My man. Brother, get yourself squared away, and we'll bring you back on once you're squared away. Thank you for that, and we'll let you get squared away and come on back. All right.
All right, my man. Sounds good.
Appreciate that, man. See you in a minute.
My pleasure.
conversation. Running it back again with homie, the brother man. So, checking this thing out, man. Let me add my disclaimer once again. The brother didn't say it. I said it. Skip Caroline. And yes, we've changed the name. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we try to be cool with that, try to be cool. But Skip Caroline. That's my yeah. I said Skip Caroline. Now, the brother man hasn't told us the story yet. So we're all ears. But first, thank you, man, again for the tour. Ladies, Facebook, Adam GQ Smith. Thanks again, bro, for the tour. Appreciate that. Congratulations again. We don't hate, we appreciate. Everybody doesn't have an opportunity to experience a sports car and to have something they've wanted, and then in your case to have had it and had an accident, and the whole thing. We didn't tell them all about that, but essentially had it and then had to get it again. And so that's certainly something everybody hasn't been able to do, and so that's a blessing. So congratulations. Thank you for sharing. All right, now let's get down to it, man. What this Caroline, man? What happened, man? Let's start from wherever you want to start from, so I can get to my Skip Caroline moment. Go ahead, bro.
So, I think Caroline and I had maybe a problem communicating, that we weren't really aware of, together for 5 years, got engaged after maybe a year and a half. Everything seemed to be more than perfect, but, there were certainly signs that, things were being held in, as much as we try to get ahead of it and talk about anything that makes us uncomfortable. Let's, communicate and share and move forward. Sometimes it's easier said than done, I think, for some of us, and some situations we're better at communicating than others, So yeah, Caroline and I were 5.5 years in, just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, and took a nice trip to the Virgin Islands, and everything is good. Everything in our 5 years is really good. But at the same time, we're passionate individuals, and, we have our share of disagreements, and those disagreements, they can expose, the lack of communication. And, I think each time we would have a disagreement, we would try to do a good job at communicating and working through and eliminating, any residual damage, but eventually it got to a point where, we have a disagreement and things don't go very well. And I kind of feel that I'm not being cared for. I feel like there's something wrong here. And, decide to end the relationship, and, no communication after that. We just weren't able to reconnect after.
Wait. Now, we already talked about how important this communication thing is. And so now let me step, right there, man. What do you mean no talk? No communication? I mean, that's what we're saying is the pinnacle. That's the foundation. So what is happening here? Yeah. I'm getting you there. Yeah, man. Yeah. Come on with it, brother. Come on with it.
Yeah. As we're trying not to, cast aspersions or make blame,
No. We're not gonna name the guilty. We're not gonna name the guilty. I mean, innocent. I mean, guilty. We're not gonna name. Okay, we have come up with a fictitious name to show respect. We're not, we're not evil in that, but I mean, we have every right to talk about life experience, try to analyze it, because we're trying to help all of those, ourselves included, who go through this nonsense, or who have, ups and downs in their relationships like we all do, and need to hear another perspective. Now, I will say, before the brother even goes any further, I have made mistakes in my relationships. He's made mistakes in his relationships.
Yeah.
The other party has made mistakes in the relationship. So although I'm like Skip Caroline, truth be told, we're not innocent ourselves. There are some things that we have also done to contribute to the breakdown of some of our relationships. So, I'm a man of truth, so I'll be honest about that and say, although I'm like Skip, okay, but there are some things that brother has done in the relationship that I have even checked up on, like, okay, we could have done that better. All right. But in fairness, it needs to go both ways. If I can tell the brother, man, okay, man, you came to me for this, and this is what I think, and he takes it, and then he tries to upgrade. But then if Caroline, if she don't, and I know I'm jumping ahead in the story a little bit, but I'm just trying to show the fairness of it, that there's things the brother man came to me like, oh, whoop, 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 whoop. And I'm like, okay, these are my thoughts. And my man's like, word, I'm going to try that. Okay. But Caroline try to give her some words, and she's not trying to hear anything. Nothing. Yeah. Like she's Jesus around here. Ain't got to change nothing. Ain't got to fix nothing. Hey, and that's where I get a lot of my Skip Caroline from, because that ain't the way to be. Real talk. It's not, especially when the junk you doing, as the story will start to unfold, is childish. Okay, bro. Yeah, since I didn't spoil any of the story, since no spoiler alerts, since I didn't jump ahead the story, joke. All right, man. But I think I laid out a few things that you can step on into, but put some context to kind of, some of the things I kind of already threw out there a little bit. Go ahead, bro. This lack of communication part. Let's get there.
Well, Caroline, was very easy for her to speak, as you alluded to, on ways that, I could be more perfect, dedicate more of my life to her, which I basically dedicate, as my life to my significant other and making them happy, but was not so receptive to the back and forth conversation. These are very little things that are side issues. Like I say, the core of our life we loved and was great. Very little friction, but those little friction issues, Caroline had trouble letting go of mine, things that rubbed her the wrong way, or maybe the dogs or something. But at the same time, didn't want to discuss, where her shortcomings might be ever. And that left us in an odd place where, sometimes I felt being judged or whatnot, unfairly, right? Whatever the case is, though, as you say, I'm willing to work on myself no matter what, and lead and hope that she follows, and try to encourage her and, support her in growth as well, just like I would want for myself. But we get to a situation where we're far apart, and it's an emergency situation, and didn't feel she was reacting appropriately in the moment, not really giving much attention to it. And, we end up getting into a disagreement, and I broke up with her, and that was an issue that we both kind of had throughout our relationship. We both have broken up with each other a couple of times, passionately in the moment, and have regretted that. So, that was something that we were working on, to be fair to her. I did that, but it'd been maybe a year since we had ever had that issue. But the night that happened, she got very angry and hurt and upset, and decided to stop communicating completely with me, even though we were still living together and were sharing a lot of expenses and a lot of things, a lot of space. And, things obviously deteriorated from there. And still, I'm great friends with pretty much every single one of my exes, you know, barring only Nikki, who's passed away. But of course, we were together when she passed. So, you know, this is a very confusing situation for me. I've never been in that before with no communication. But regardless, you know, we were different people and obviously looking for something a little different. And, you know, it's time to move forward and move on, you know, cut our losses.
All right, all right. I mean, thank you for opening up and sharing the context of that, and again being fair that that was an issue when you decided on that night to break up with her, and that was something that the two of you had tried to work through, where the disagreements didn't end in you or her just saying that's it and calling it off. That was a mistake that you made. So let me just ask you then, so what did you do to try to repair? You blew it at that moment based on an understanding that the two of you had. Okay, the two of you had an understanding that that's not the go-to, that even if something happens, we're it's over after 5.5 years or what, that wasn't what you were supposed to do according to the agreement that the two of you had. That's my understanding. So you blew it at that point. So what did you do at that point or going forward to reconcile, to take responsibility for what you did, etc.? What did you do?
Well, with the communication I was able to give, I was able to have with her, to simply communicate to her that I was sorry for that, and right or wrong, whether we decide to go forward or not, of course, I loved her, and the time that we spent was valuable, and our feelings were not for nothing, regardless of if we still think we are soulmates or not. I just tried to share with her that I loved her and cared for her future and for her as an individual. And, whatever happens, we should be able to move forward amicably,
And what was that met with?
She was pretty upset still. So it was met with a lot of energy, a lot of frustrated energy. But as much as I tried, I couldn't get an explanation for why the energy, and I wasn't able to calm her down to explain that to me.
Okay, so at this point, you're living together, and my understanding is she won't even communicate with you. You're in the same house, apartment, what have you. You're living together, and she will not talk to you day after day after day after day. She won't talk to you. Like, no words, no hello, no goodbye, no pick up some milk. She's refusing. This is her response. She's refusing to speak to you. Is this correct?
Yeah. Now, of course, we both work. We both have serious careers, and we both work a lot. But yes, that is, the reality of the last time that we had together.
And roughly how long did that crap go on for?
Well, a little while, over a month.
Okay. And just so that the audience is tracking with this, my understanding is this is not the first time that the silent treatment was instituted.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Let help us understand that piece.
So I had said, we were working on things, and breaking up was one of them. The previous time we had broken up was about a year beforehand. And a young lady had hacked my messenger account and was reading my messenger messages, and I wasn't doing anything. My life was dedicated to her. So I didn't have anything to hide. But as my different pursuits, one of them was American Ninja Warrior, and working out and working hard on creating strength and performance. I have pictures posted of the improvements I was able to gain working out. And a friend of mine from college made a comment about those photos, gave me a compliment on those, and
I mean, clearly it's a female, right? This female
Yes.
gives you a compliment. Okay.
Yes, friend, like I say, though, from college, which I graduated in 2003, so 2 decades ago. But yep, it was a female, and she gave a compliment and asked to see more pics, and I didn't agree nor disagree. I just said thank you, I appreciate that, ha ha. Well, the way Carolina interpreted all of this was that I was sending this person pictures of myself directly, and they were asking for more pictures, and I was agreeing to send those pictures. So in her words, that's basically cheating, even though this person is several hours away and I haven't seen them in over a decade. So she broke up with me, was incensed with energy, as though I had cheated on her, slept with somebody else, or even kissed somebody else, even held someone else's hand, which I haven't been in contact with this person at all. So she refused to speak to me for about a month, until she calmed down a little and was able to listen to the reality of the situation, the explanation. But she went a full 30 days without speaking to me at all. And, I thought for sure, it was probably over, because I'd never experienced anything like that before. I've never been with somebody who doesn't want to communicate and, discuss and resolve issues before. So that maybe was a good red flag, but I knew I hadn't done anything wrong. So I thought, this is a very small issue, because, I'm not cheating on her. I don't cheat at all. So, I don't give her any reason to believe I'm cheating. And so once we discuss this, it will go away. But I think back to the original questions, that red flag of her inability to handle, as she's spying on me, what she's reading, and it wasn't even criminalizing, but she created it kind of in her mind. That was maybe the red flag, that she could kind of create an alter reality, no matter what she's looking at, and kind of change it and make it something very, very bad. Maybe it was the red flag.
And with the understanding that she hacked your phone to even get this information.
Right. Unapologetic as well in that. Feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue. I heard you say Carolina. I'm gonna continue with the Caroline, because there's some poltergeist and some shady and some breaking into stuff, and So yeah, there's some behind the scenes. So I'm gonna keep with the Caroline versus the Carolina. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's mistrust, and you're saying unapologetic. So even though she broke a barrier, obviously you bring that to her attention, and she's not sorry. In fact, goes a month without speaking to you. Should you have just cut it right there, bro? I mean, at that point, should you have just walked? Was that flag bright enough in retrospect? And I know it's a touchy moment. I know it's still, it's a hurtful thing, because this is still, you're going through it even now. But at that moment, should we have been out of there?
In retrospect, certainly, when you see what's happened, is very easy to say for sure. And there's, even without that, there's ample evidence in that singular story, in that singular moment, to justify, yeah, you know, a lot of people need less than that to, you know, end their effort into a relationship. However, if you go into the entirety of all experiences, you know, it becomes a lot harder to weigh that question. You know, because what you're actually, the question actually is this person capable of growing in the way that is needed? And so, you know, we're trying to evaluate someone else's ability, and Caroline had shown some good ability, some very, very good ability. And there were a lot of good attributes for Miss Caroline. So, you know, for me, I weighed the time we'd spent and everything we had created together, our future plans, and the passion that we shared. You know, I think a lot of times passion can be a very challenging virtue. You know, I think the same passion that draws you close together can definitely push you apart, you know, if the communication isn't right, if there's, you know, a little hiccup there. And it certainly feels like that was the core of the problem. Was, you know, the passion was very strong. And, you know, I think it just showed when something doesn't work out, you know, it shows when something doesn't work out, you know, that passion comes out in, you know, negative energy sometimes. So, you know, I think it could have been great if, you know, we were able to take one more step forward. But such is life, you know, not always able to take that step and kind of have to refigure things out again.
And, you know, your credit, obviously, at the time, you're thinking those good qualities and times invested and not willing to just throw in the towel, which is commendable. You know, we do talk on this program as well, Rhodes German Shepherds. We talk about fighting through and not giving up. So, you know, in fairness, if you believe that it's worth salvaging, then by all means, do what you do and push on and be more creative, be more intentional, be wiser, all of those things, you know, sure. I think the question that we're posing before you decide to do all that is, should you? You know, really, should I? Now, if your answer is yeah, then push on. And, you know, if you have to carry a whole lot of weight on your back to get from point A to Z, then that's just what it is. You know, it doesn't have to be easy. If your answer is still yes, then you got to push. You got to keep on. And sometimes it is going to be up the rough side of the mountain, you know. But what I don't like in this Caroline situation, what I don't like is when you fell short and then went for the upgrade. You know, when you tried to make amends and wanted things to be better, she did not give you the room for that. She didn't give you space for that, even though she was also making mistakes. You dig? So if Caroline was perfect in all her ways, okay, let's just, you know, if that was the case, and she's demanding perfection from you, the same that she demands in herself, authentically, not just arrogantly or as a spoiled brat, but she authentically demands perfection and all that that entails, the work ethic, the discipline, the character, moral, emotional stability, all of these things, okay, then, you know, there's more honor there. There's more honor. But that's not the case here. You know, even in the rendition of the story, it's obvious that there are some flaws. Period. Okay? Now, you tell me, bro. When the times were not silent, did she ever give you a rating? Did she ever say, you know, hey, you're really just a jacked up dude, and I'm just kind of hanging with you. I'm really just killing time. This was really a rebound for me. You know, things that people have said in relationships. You know, you really weren't who I wanted to be with. You know, my mom said I should date you. You know, my friends thought you were okay, but I never really. You know, what was her, when she was talking to you, what was her assessment of you in the relationship overall?
Well, that is maybe the most complex and challenging part that maybe sheds a little light on my choice of actions. Um, a few weeks in to the silence, she was coming in from work and I was already at home, just cleaning up the kitchen, and she came in and we started to communicate. And I think I just asked her, you know, hey, how was your day? And her guard was down, so she answered, you know, kind of accidentally maybe. And we had discussed a couple of things, and then I had said to her, I asked her for that evaluation. I said, you know, I'm a little confused, you know, about, you know, where you're at and what you thought, because our life together seems so great, you know. So now without communication, I don't know if that was valid or not. You know how did you feel about our relationship day to day? And you know, her words were that it was perfect. It was perfect, the life that we had, and the energy, the time that we'd spent together, the things that we do. Spent a lot of time together, going out to parks and restaurants and zoos and museums and shows, lots of things, activities together. So, you know, she smiled and said, "Yeah, it was perfect." And then she realized in the moment that her guard was down. Her facial expression and energy changed, and she ran upstairs.
So in her mind, this might have been a moment of complete weakness that she even allowed herself to even be speaking to you. But in that moment, she also reveals that it was perfect. The relationship itself, minus these few moments. She uses the word perfect. Yeah, man. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, it makes me happy that I'm able to work with somebody and have that kind of life. At the same time, it makes things even more confusing and frustrating, you know, that we weren't able to even discuss whatever pain she was feeling or frustration she was feeling. And again, staying together or not, you know, I don't wish anything poor on anybody, you know. So I would, you know, certainly want a chance to help make that better.
So even now, this silence thing has continued.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we move forward? What steps are you taking? What are you doing? I have joked about the Skip Caroline mobile, etc. Maybe not joking, maybe not joking. But at the same time, where are you emotionally dealing with this situation? Are you 40% on your way? Are you 30% still there? Are you 70%? You know, where are you percentage-wise still kind of in the bonds of that relationship, the holds of it, versus free and having moved on?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think that's a hard question to really answer. I feel completely moved on, honestly, in that, I'm happy for her to live her life, and I'm continuing with my plan of life that we had shared of becoming an airline pilot and moving out west. So, it's just, yeah, at this point, it kind of is what it is. It's unfortunate, that we couldn't remain friends, and, I couldn't be there to help her out if needed.
Well, see, after 5.5 years, man, to not even be able to talk to one another. Now, I understand, let's say she gets married and her husband says, hey, I don't want you talking to GQ. He's got that sports car and, he's, all that, blah, blah, blah. Y'all spent y'all time. You got no business talking to this guy. Okay. Vice versa. If, you're married and your new wife says, that she was the fiance, we don't need no texting, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't even have children together. There's no reason to continue to even play with that, blah, 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 blah. These are reasonable positions to take, in my opinion. Yeah. All right. But absent that, just the, hey, how you doing? Just let you know, checking on you. After 5.5 years, if I can't do that, and you're not involved and I'm not involved, and we're just coming off this thing and we're trying to just be cordial, are you all right? Congratulations. I saw a post, you got a promotion, whatever the case, we can't even talk. Now that to me seems a little suspect. What would you call it?
Just as we're just talking about it at this point, it sounds like she's still got a lot of energy inside of her about the breakup, and it does seem a little out of control, especially for her. She's a very controlled individual. But, if I had to assess what the problem was potentially inside of her, was that she's been very controlled all her life and under control all her life. And, the energy that we had and the passion that we had and the love that we had was very strong. And it was just hard for her to make sense of it. She had shared with me that when she's with me, she doesn't even know if she's angry or what. She just feels energy, and, that's an interesting thing when someone doesn't know if they're angry or happy or just feeling passionate or what, So
let's broaden it out. And thank you for sharing. And to Caroline, let me say, it appears that there's work to be done on you, young lady. And we all are in transition. Hopefully we're growing. Hopefully we're trying to get better. You had a reason. This is to Caroline. This is my own thought, okay? But you had a reason to be upset with the brother, Mr. GQ Smith, okay? There was an agreement, to my understanding, that even when things go bad, y'all are in this to win this. You are engaged, and it's fair. It is fair that he was to keep his end of the bargain and not break up with you like he did when he did, even though he felt he had a reason. Having a reason, to my understanding, that doesn't justify it. You still need to work through it, and he fell short. Okay, so that's my brother. Now, there obviously is room for growth in him, but it is clear to me that there's room for growth in you, because you pulled this junk before where supposedly you're saying he's perfect and he falls short a time or two, not hundreds of times. You're the one saying he's, things are basically perfect. So those, that's my understanding. That's your word. Doggone it. I mean, we are human. Okay. And if the man is saying, I blew it, and I'm still trying to be perfect for you, with you, and you won't even speak with him, living in the same house for a month, not just one time, but it's happened more than once. Yeah, there's room for growth, honey. I mean, there's room for growth. And, as you live your life, Caroline, do your thing. Do your thing. God's given you the ability to do what you do, how you do, where you do. You have that right. Okay? You have that right. I would encourage you to not stop growing. I would encourage you to not feel as though you have arrived, because whatever relationship you have or attempt to have, when you put 5.5 years into it, and you won't even talk to the man, and the man's apologizing and trying to, now, what's the situation? Y'all had saved up $1,000 for something important and he blew it at the casino. No, that's not what happened. Okay. He broke your arm in 7 places and spit on your mama. No, that's not what happened. You were trying to become something in life, and, he ruined your reputation, and, you wanted to be a pop star, and he, ruined you have no more social media accounts, and, he did something terrible with your, hacked into your situation, right? Like you hacked into his phone. Okay. So, there are some things that are just so egregious that we can say, okay, but you're still living with the man. So clearly he's not a super danger to you. You're living with him still, but you're just refusing to communicate. So I think there's a place in that where maybe we can have a better way to deal with the situation. Maybe we have a healthier way to get through, because even if we want to say there's healthy closure, and let me just round the corner one more time on that and say it like this. Let's say you did have children. Now, I know you don't, okay? But let's just so we're seeing why I'm saying this from a larger perspective as you move on in life, Caroline. If this is how you get down, if this is your MO, what if there were children? Now, look at how that looks. You spent 5 years with some other dude, and there's a child involved. But now your default is we can no longer talk. When I get angry, I just shut down and we won't talk. Even though we have a child in the home or children in the home, even though we're still living in the house, I won't speak to my mate. Even if we spent 5 years of which I felt was perfect, If he makes a mistake, then my child's going to be watching me not talking to their father, because that's just how I handle when I'm upset, even if it's for 30 days. 30 days? 30 days? I mean, we've all had 30 minutes.
Right.
We've all had, you know, that kind of thing, you know, but 30 days? Now, there's room to growth, Carol. There's room for growth, Caroline, and I would just encourage you to continue to be open to that. And you ain't got to be back with this dude, you know. You ain't got, you know, skip this dude. You ain't got to be with this dude, you know.
Right.
Even though that's my guy, and you know, okay, we'll skip him. But the point that I'm making is bigger than him. It's bigger than me. It's just a blessing to you, okay? It's just giving you something right now, okay? You as a person, as a human being, don't spend over 5 years with somebody and you don't even have the strength to discuss when they want to apologize, when obviously they're not a threat to you, when you're still living with them, and you just don't have a mechanism within yourself to be able to handle communication. Even so, you should be able to do that to help you get the full closure where he can move on as having said his piece, you can move on with having said your piece, and the loose ends of 5.5 years, there's still moving parts that y'all have to deal with. Furniture, life, emotions, birthdays, families, your friends now connected to his friends, relatives that know each other. You know, there's still a lot of moving pieces that you want to be healthy in how all of that lays back down. And talking helps to smoothen that out, or at least it should. Okay. And if you're not even open to that, that's a major tool that you're not even employing. So take that for what it's worth, and blessings to you on your journey. I would encourage you not to spend 5.5 years with somebody that you call perfect and then not even be able to speak to them when they're willing to speak to you, when they're willing to take responsibility for where they fell short, when there's that much love, where you were engaged. You know, there's something lacking there. A lot of people don't even have that. A lot of people haven't even had a 5-year relationship. This is not 1952. Cats don't even spend 5 years together no more and get engaged and try to plan for their life. I mean, this is, you know, hey, that's a lot of time spent. So we know there's some love there. Got to be, right? All right now, you know, just think about it. Just think about it. All right, bro. Broaden it out. Thank you for hearing all of that. Broadening it out. I gave some thoughts for her, but let's broaden it out to the audience and people who will hear this or joining us live or will catch the replay. What types of keys to relationship or dealing with, you know, having dealt with this and still dealing with this outside of yourself? Let's give them something, right? So if they're going through anything, anywhere similar to this, you know, kind of step out yourself for a second and you look and say, you know, hey, if you're going through anything like this, these are some things that, you know, that you might want to try, or what you found that's working, not working, or what's hard to even, you know, or if you're in limbo, you know, what that feels like, and, you know, just whatever you can offer if someone else or somebody's else find themselves like this.
I guess my advice, you know, would be to just, you know, put things in very real terms, very real perspectives on, you know, how when you run into issues with your significant other, you know, how real are those issues, you know, and before communicating about them, you know, having a good understanding, you know, of how you truly feel about them, and, you know, that will open you to receive communication from the other person and grow forward. You know, I think especially with passionate people, you know, they can amplify things in the moment, you know, and that's certainly what it feels like with Caroline, is that just like when she read the messages on the messenger, amplified those messages in her mind and really felt as though infidelity had occurred. And to be honest, I'm not even sure that she doesn't now still believe that, and that's what she's kind of convinced herself of. I don't know, but yeah, you know, if they're not cardinal sins, you know, they can't be that big, and try to deal with those problems as such immediately, but as that they're not major issues, and try to bring your energy and know where your energy is when communicating, you know, so that good communication can occur.
Yeah, and I don't think either one of us are saying, I like how you said cardinal sins. I mean, there are certain things that can happen where, yeah, shut it down. You know, don't give a brother a chance. You know, I mean, there are certain things, or you may give one last chance. You know, I mean, if it ever were to happen again, you know, I mean, that kind of talk has been had by people who are serious about preserving their relationship or growing their relationship. You know, you came home drunk and this, that, the other. Don't ever let the kids see you like that again. You know, if you come home like that again, the kids see that, you know, it's a wrap. You know, these are things that can, you know, so you took them back, or you let her come back with the understanding of, okay, you know, there are people that have allowed that. So I agree with you that we need to assess anything in life, weighing it once again, you know, what is the risk versus the reward? What are the cost benefit analysis? I mean, you know, all those terms that people don't want to apply to their relationships because it sounds like a business. That's business talk. Yeah, because it's important talk. When things get down to the nitty gritty and we have to make these tough decisions, you need to have some type of paradigm. You need to have some type of world view that allows you to properly handle and get your mind around what's going on. And you better be able to run some numbers in one way or another to see what's happening, and that you can understand what's happening, the good, bad, and the ugly, and where you should go from there. You know, your chart. Like a beautiful person told me, you know, get that piece of paper, put that line down the middle, put you a plus sign and a minus sign on the other side of that line, and start to write them down, the pluses and the minuses. And then look at it and study it and say, okay, well, you know, and let that help you make the decision. You're looking at what's on your benefit versus what's on the loss, what's adding to you and what's taking away. And let it speak to you, you know. And if you are saying that the investment in what we put together is valuable, how valuable is it? Is it so valuable that we can go through a few tough times more? Is it that valuable? Because if it is, then maybe we have to shoulder up. Can you dig it? I mean, when you look at it, you say, look, all that invested in this thing. Now, if I stay just because I'm invested, that might not be the best thing. Now, you know, that's like being pot committed, playing, you know, no limit, right? You're just pot committed, but you know that you shouldn't be there. You know, you shouldn't see another card, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But if you are looking at the long-term benefit, what's really going on, and the fact that you could really break somebody, if you understand, you know, it's really that type of pot, such as a marriage, such as family, such as 5+ years in. Yeah. Might have to eat a little crow every now and then and preserve a beautiful thing. Might have to grow a little bit. I say it again. You might have to grow a little. I say it again. You might have to grow a little bit. And all that slamming the bedroom door like I'm 13 years old and won't talk to you for 30 days. That junk is for the birds, babe. For real. I mean, that ain't what we do. That ain't what we do. Come on now. Come on now. We don't spoil brats around here. Nah. That's not the move. All right, man. So going forward, now you mentioned this pilot hookup. What in the world are you talking about, man?
Well, yeah, I had some dreams in my life, like we all have, and you know, our pool experiences were one of those, and the other has always been be an airline pilot. I love to fly. I love airplanes. I love just the idea of it. I love the math. I love everything about it. Um, just really never, because I was pursuing my career in pool, just didn't have time to pursue. And now, thankfully, I do have that time and that opportunity. So yeah, I got a program where, since I have a bachelor's degree under my belt, that it's only about a 7-month program. It's pretty intense. It's full time, but I've been accepted and approved to go do that. Just last week I went and did my introductory flight, which is actually a test flight, to see, if I'm able to fly a plane comfortably and keep calm in these situations and perform some very basic maneuvers, which I was able to do that.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Wait. Pause. Bro, so you have this dream of being a pilot, and it's in the back pocket. You're pursuing these other dreams and your goals, but you're telling us that not only are you in the program now, but you've already taken your first test flight to become a pilot.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Blessings to you, man. That's awesome, bro. That's really, really great. That's really, really great. Tell us about the test flight.
Well, really interesting. My instructor was a student at ATP, graduated, became an instructor and the lead instructor there. And his name was Josh. He's a real nice guy. He was waiting for me. We scheduled an appointment on a Sunday afternoon, and he was waiting on me. He's a real nice guy. Showed up, with some jeans and my Puma running shoes and a jacket, and did my test flight with him. He brought us up to showed me how to do a walk around of the airplane, all the things to check for, all the things that I need to look out for, all the things I need to do to prepare the plane to fly. He did all those things. However, I didn't do any of them, but he got us up to about 3,000 feet, explained the instrument clusters. There's obviously a lot of instruments up in those airplanes. And we were just in a little tiny little Cessna with, a propeller in the front, one engine, single engine. And, he asked me to take control and bring it up to 3,500 feet, get a certain heading, which directed us away from the airport that we were at. And then instructed me to execute what they call a hard turn, which is 45 degrees or more, and drop down to 3,000 feet in there. So was able to do that, and it was very very fun and interesting, exhilarating to have the controls in my hand for the first time. And then as we're flying, headed home, and get my bearings to get us online to get us home, really focusing on keeping us straight, which should be very simple, realized that the plane is twisting on me in the air as I'm trying to go straight. The wind must be blowing and catching my tail, and it's pushing from left to right. So the airplane is literally, as it's going straight, it's just twisting. It's still going straight. My hands are on the controls. And nobody has described anything like this to me before. I tried just keep it calm. I asked Mr. Josh, hey, is that normal? He explains to me, yes, that's normal. The plane will turn into the wind to make sure it can keep its straight path. Just keep it cool. So we were able to overcome that little obstacle, which was, just keeping it cool, which I can do that. And we were able to make it home just fine. And man, it was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I cannot wait for my second.
Yeah, man, congratulations, brother. Like I say, man, everybody doesn't have that type of ambition, the skill level, the pursuit, the longevity of the commitment, the longevity of trying to make this dream happen. And so, man, pat you on the back, bro. It's just really, really great. And I know that you've had this dream for a long time, and to see this coming together, the car, and you being in the program now and actually having taken these steps towards it, and it's just really great, man. It's really great. And for those, I was saying, part of this, and as we celebrate this, the blessings as we celebrate this, the idea of widening it out to the audience, right? That these are the types of things that, in spite of some emotional headwinds, like that Cessna that was turning, going straight but turned by the wind. I mean, it's kind of where you are in life right now, right? I mean, you're going and you're getting there, and maybe just like you had homeboy there helping you through it, maybe guys also helping you through it and saying it's going to be all right. You know what I mean? It's going to be all right. And even though it looks a little sideways, you're going in the right direction. And it might just be a test. Holla if you hear me. Might just be another test, but you're passing the test. You're in the program. And if you continue to go through, boom, pot of gold, you're where you wanted to be. So, there's a lot of analogies there. And yeah, I said it. So that's cool, bro. That's really, really cool. I don't want to stretch your time too much, man. I know you got to do your work thing, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, sir.
Have you been enjoying this, man? You been enjoying it?
Absolutely, my man. It's been a great time out here. Always intriguing and thought provoking. Really appreciate it.
Adam GQ Smith. There's a Facebook, Adam GQ Smith, and as we go forward, we know that there's people who of the female persuasion, and they might just want, hey, just want to kick it with you. They might just want to kick it with. They might just say, hey, I've been there, I understand, and if you happen to end up going to dinner or something like that, those things happen, or she might even want to be a pilot someday. Hey, and want to join the program with you. Birds of a feather trying to flock together. Watch
yes,
it,
sir.
Y'all might get down like that. Next thing you know, y'all flying all over the world. And don't forget about brother man. Hey, I don't mind a little travel. So, when y'all doing your thing with the private jets, making it happen,
Right.
But it sounds really good. But Adam GQ Smith on Facebook, you can search him out there, Adam GQ Smith. And we got a chance to see Buddy tonight. That was cool. You got a chance to see the R-Type. That was cool. All this is really great, man, to hear about the test flight and to say to Caroline some positive things along with Skip Caroline. So we were able to try to balance that out a little bit too. So and again, no disrespect. That's why we changed the name. And by no means are we trying to be disrespectful. And I believe we were fair, Adam. I believe we were fair by saying that you were not 100% innocent in this thing either, So I think that we were fair in that, and the assessment of the things that you could have done better, but certainly that goes both ways. And that's our point of communication. That's our point of these trials and tests, that in spite of when we come up a little short, if we're trying to make it right, and the other person is not doing the same thing when they come up short, that's not cool. That's not cool. All right, man. Any closing words? Any closing words for us, bro?
I think all this adds up to one message I feel compelled to share or repeat. Anything in life worth having needs to be fought for. It's not given, So whether it's your dreams of pool or basketball or airline pilot or cars or any other dream, any other target that you have, relationship, you're going to have to work at it. It's going to take a lot of work. And the more valuable that thing is, the more you're going to have to work for it, I think. Just know that.
Great words, brother. Great words. We appreciate you. We're going to let you check out the pups sleeping a little bit as we say good night to Adam G.Q. Smith, and we'll play a little music and just let you enjoy and the pups resting for those that just want to check out some little resting pups, beautiful German Shepherd pups, and we'll have Adam again on soon, God willing. And so be safe, be well, bro, and we'll see you soon.
You, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.